What's going on, guys? Sal here, and today we're going to be talking about the Stryder Titan chassis, and this is quite possibly my favorite Titan chassis in the game right now. And the reason that I enjoy it so much is just because you are so fast, you are so nimble. Though the shields are the same, you don't have as much health as everyone else, so you are much weaker to attacks, and you definitely have to utilize a much quicker and more evasive playstyle. Though once you get used to that, I really enjoy the Stryder Titan, and I'm enjoying it probably more than any of the other ones at this moment. Now, first things first, how do you actually unlock the Stryder Titan? Well, it's fairly simple, fairly straightforward, nothing too crazy. You just need to complete one side of the campaign, and if you aren't aware, the campaign is pretty much just multiplayer games. So essentially all you need to do is complete 9 multiplayer matches, and that's a pretty easy unlock for the Stryder Titan. Now keep in mind there are 2 sides to the campaign, IMC and the militia, and you will either be doing one or the other. But to unlock the Stryder Titan, you just need to do one or the other, just that. And once you've completed both of them, that is when you unlock the Ogre. So no matter what you do, you will always unlock the Stryder first. So if you're trying to go for the Stryder, that's good. You'll get it pretty quickly. Only in about 9 multiplayer games. You can do it in, I don't know, 2 hours. It really doesn't take that long, and you would just be playing multiplayer, so it's really not a hassle at all. So what exactly is it about the Stryder Titan that makes it so different from the other Titans? Well, first and foremost, it really comes down to that movement speed. Across the board, the Stryder Titan is faster in every category, be that walking, sprinting, or even crouching. The Stryder Titan is across the board a much faster Titan, though as I said, the health is much lower than the other Titans. It is actually almost half of what the Ogre has, so you really want to be very careful when you're moving around with this Titan that you keep your shields up at all times, because once those shields go down, that health will follow extremely quickly. Now, in addition to just being all around faster than the other Titans, the Stryder also has more dash capabilities than them as well. You have 3 dash bars, and basically a dash is when you move really quickly in one direction, so you have 3 of those, so you can pretty much outmaneuver any Titan on the map, and you can even outrun any of them, assuming the other Titan is not also a Stryder. Now this leads us to the core ability of the Stryder Titan. Each Titan has a core ability which grants a different effect when activated, and the Stryder Titan chassis has the dash core, and basically what this is upon activation you will receive unlimited dash capabilities for 15 seconds. Now with this chassis we have a lot of abilities for moving around, and it's very important to remember this and recognize it, and not only that, but actually utilize it on the battlefield. I see a lot of people in the Stryder chassis just going around and just kind of standing there and trying to get in close and melee other Titans, and they just get ripped apart every time, because this chassis, it's not designed to be used like that, and that needs to be recognized, because if you don't recognize that, it's very easy to think the Stryder chassis is just a very weak and underpowered Titan. So what are some basic do's and don'ts with the Stryder Titan? Well, first and foremost, you want to stay back. You have the ability to be in and out of cover very quickly, and it's very easy for you to pop out, take a shot, and get back, and not allow the other slower Titans to get up to you and melee you and take you out quickly. You want to utilize the fact that you can be very quick, and you can get out of there and get out of that damage range very quickly. You always want to have some sort of an escape route. You never want to be in a situation where you're very close quarters, or even on small maps. Right now I'm playing on Angel City, which really isn't the best map for this Titan, I realize, just because it is so small. You definitely want to try to stay in more open spaces where you can really utilize your mobility, because anytime you get in a very close quarters situation where you don't have an escape route, you've lost your only advantage you have, and that is your mobility. Now the key to taking down other Titans with the Stryder is to always have shots on your opponent. You never want to have time for your opponent to regenerate its shields, because all Titans have the same amount of shields, so use that to your advantage. You want to be in and out of cover so that your shields can stay up, be very quick and nimble so that you don't take damage, while in return keeping shots on the enemy. Even if it's just 1 or 2 shots there, that will keep those shields down on the enemy Titan, because what this allows you to do is you essentially don't take any damage, because it's just your shields that are going down. Your health stays intact, but you want to whittle away at the other Titan's health very slowly. You want to be very methodical about this. You definitely don't want to rush in there. This is definitely something that requires some finesse and some patience, though if you can keep shots on the enemy, you will be very successful in this Titan. Now as far as keeping shots on the enemy Titan, I definitely prefer the weapons with a higher rate of fire. Right now I'm using the arc cannon, which really isn't the best for doing this. I was mostly just using this to get some challenges, though I definitely prefer the 40mm or the chain gun as far as keeping shots on the enemy Titan. This is just because they have such a high rate of fire. The chain gun especially is very easy to keep shots on the enemy Titan. You can just get one shot on, run away, regenerate your shields, and come back, and it's also it very easy to get critical hits on the enemy Titan with the chain gun just because it is so precise. Now also, keep in mind, if you ever find yourself outmatched, outnumbered, or even if the enemy Titan pops their shield core or their damage core, remember, you have the mobility to get out of those situations. There's no reason to stand and fight and lose your Titan. You can get out of those situations, save your Titan, and live to fight another day. You have that mobility, and especially if you have your dash core ready, you can be out of there in no time at all. And if you do want to have some fun with the Stryder Titan, I really recommend you give Capture the Flag a try, because it is just so overpowered with the Stryder Titan, especially when you hop in your Titan with the flag and you have that dash core ready, because you can be back in your base in absolutely no time at all, and it is just an absolute blast. Now for a quick recap as far as being successful in the Stryder Titan, remember to always have an escape route. Keep your shields up while keeping shots on the enemy Titan to keep their shields down, because you have precious little health and you want to protect that as much as you can. And finally, stay back. There's no need to get too close. Stay back, use your cover, and keep those shots on the enemy Titan while allowing your shields to recharge. So guys, that's just about all I have to say about the Stryder Titan. So guys, remember, if you've enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, please do click that like button. I do really appreciate that, and it does mean a lot to me. So guys, if you want to see more Titanfall content, or Battlefield for that matter, be sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you want to keep in touch with me, you want to be more intimate with the Asal, be sure to follow me on Twitter. There's a link in the description. I always love more followers, and it's a great place to get in touch with me very quickly and efficiently. So guys, with that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.